Hi, you guys. I'm Jim Stark.
And I'm Terry Babicz.
And you're watching Desert Detonation. And with us today, we've got Stereo Rex. How you guys doing, man? Welcome to the show. Good to see you guys. Good to have you. Always awesome to see you guys, man.
Let's go ahead and introduce everybody.
Tell everybody what's going on.
Grab the mic. Yeah, go ahead. Don't be shy.
Take it off there. He's used to it. I'm Rex Van Dyne. I'm lead singer, and I do acoustic guitar.
Awesome.
Brian Hoke, a.k.a. Boom. I play the bass.
All right. Bring in the boom.
Brian Linder, Crunch.
Nice.
Play the guitar.
I am Paul Crashberg. I pound drums.
Nice.
He likes to smash things. That's a lot of fun. So you guys have been around for a while. You've got a couple albums out, some really great music and that stuff too, and you have a really fun live show. How did this start? Tell everybody that hasn't seen you yet what you guys are about here.
Well, it started in 2013. Basically, Paul and I have been in bands before, and went to a mutual friend's birthday party, and they were talking to me, and we were just going back and forth. They asked if I had any new songs. So I grabbed an acoustic and I played one of the songs, and about a week later I got a phone call from Paul, and he goes, "We got to do something."
Yeah.
So that was exactly how it got started. If you want me to go along further, I can kind of go a little more.
Well, if everybody wants to hear the real in-depth story about this one,
Yeah.
you guys can listen to it on the interview that we did a while back on James C. Stark Radio. That was cool. So tease everybody. Yeah, they can go listen to that one if they want to hear the whole in-depth. But that is a cool how you guys started, though. And Paul, you're a lot of fun because he's always like, "Oh, what can I do with this guy? What can I do with this guy?" So he's always digging it. He's either making a film or he's making a song or he's doing something. So that's pretty cool.
Also very visual.
So you guys got a lot of fun stuff coming up. Tell us about your shows a little bit. You guys seem to play at a lot of different venues and a lot of different places around Arizona. How do you get tied up in all that? Who does your booking and how do you get into these shows? And they're so cool. You're like all over the place.
For the most, actually, we all do the booking, but for the most part, I do the booking. I do the phone calls. Technically, we're two bands. Well, we do covers. That basically pays the bills, and then we do our originals. And the originals are what we have fun with, what we really like to do, and that's what started. That's been kind of building itself. We've been gaining a momentum on that one, so I'm really excited about that. So I've just been making phone calls, and to get the covers, I make phone calls. And as far as the originals, people have been calling us, been watching us play with the covers, and they've been calling us and asking us to play.
You guys are really versatile too on your originals. The album, not the very last one, the one before the last one, trying to keep up with them, but the one with the storm.
That was the last one.
That was the last one. I'm sorry, I always get that one messed up with Crash Boom and Kablam and Kaboom and Kaplow. That is the one then. See, it's back and forth. I always get those two confused for some reason. I don't know. But they're both really cool. But the storm, that song, it was one of the first ones I heard from you guys. That really caught my attention. And then as I'm listening to this thing, it's just one different. I mean, it's all cool rock and roll, man. It's just really cool, but the different change on everything. You don't get bored. It's not like listening to the same repetitious thing over and over and over again. You get a lot of neat stuff in there. And the stories behind some of these you shared, you have to give me one of them. Tell us the Grand Slam story. This is great.
All right, the Grand Slam story. Should I tell?
The song is called Grand Slam, by the way. So give us the short version. Yeah, make them pieces out.
The song is called Grand Slam. Basically, what it was around about is I was in a band quite a few years ago, and for them to release me from the band, they decided to drive me. Went to practice. They decided to put me in the car. Let's go to Denny's. Would not let me take my own vehicle. Drove me to Denny's.
Weird.
And they were afraid I was going to storm out of Denny's.
Ah.
So they kicked me out of the band. And I was really close with these guys, and it really hurt for a long time.
I bet.
Still stayed friends with them, really good friends with them. So Crunch wrote this riff, and we started thinking about it and decided to write a parody about what happened, something funny about
That's
about me
hilarious.
getting kicked out of the band,
Okay.
going to Denny's. So we called the song Grand Slam.
Grand Slam. They had
There
the
you
breakfast
go.
at Denny's. That was hilarious stuff. Did they make you walk home after that, or did they give you right back to your car? I was just
They gave me right
that had to be
back.
the most uncomfortable
Right?
ride.
They were very nice about it, but they just, what happens if he gets mad? What happens if he did this? They're very meticulous on the what ifs and finding all
Okay.
scenarios and get it right. So they wanted to make sure that I wasn't the right fit for them. They wanted to let me know that. But if I got upset, how were they going to handle that? Because they didn't want me mad.
Okay.
So you wind up finding Paul after this, or he follows you after this, finds you, and then these two crazy guys wind up in the mix.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Well, we put in an ad for a bass player before that, and he joined, and he knew through his wife and
My wife.
and
Okay.
his
They
wife.
work together.
They work together, and he goes, I got a guitarist. I got an idea of a guitarist. I'd like to bring him in. He came in, tried out with us. He fit perfect. The other bass player just didn't work out, so we put in an ad for another one, and
Okay.
I'll let him tell the story about the ad because he cracks me up when it comes to that one here.
Okay, so I was in between bands, and I was cruising around on Craigslist, and I went to the gigs page, and I saw this ad, and it talked about, three guys, in our late years, day jobs, no delusions of rock stardom, this, that, and the other thing. We have families and day jobs, this and the other thing. And I'm like, this actually sounds like kind of a cool thing. So I responded, and so I'm having an email chat with who I thought was Rex, turned out to be Paul. So it was a little embarrassing when the first time I went to check them out, I approached Rex, and he had no idea who I was, But we got that figured out. And then I had tried out. We jammed a little bit, and then they were playing at Pranksters 2
Nice.
way back when it was still alive. And they asked me if I would come and join them on stage. So I did. We played a couple of songs, and at the end of one, Rex literally got on his knee and proposed to me and asked me to be their bass player.
Because he's weird like that. Yeah.
But it was awesome.
Wasn't there another bass player that night?
He
The
was
first one turned him down. Yeah, the
he-
first one turned him down.
he's
so
trying to
he
collect
ran
a
over
harem
here.
of bass players.
He was going home with somebody that night. Yeah.
And it's always been a very sore subject for Crunch and myself because we didn't get that kind of
Yeah,
treatment.
right? He didn't.
just
He's
like,
on
hey,
his
I'm
knees
the
for you
man.
guys. Like, hey, dude, here, have a seat.
That's
Here's
because
some
I have hair.
sticks. Hit things. Boom.
Sorry.
That's why we keep them separated. That's right. Oh my God, that's great. And you put up with this, and so why?
I don't know. I just thought it was my first band ever. It was like, man.
How'd you wind up
Cross
with
one
these
off.
guys?
He grabbed the mic. Grab the mic over there.
Oh, sorry, bud.
Yeah.
Your first band ever, and you're
First
still
band
with them.
ever.
Boy, they're
And-
patient, or you are. That's really cool.
And
No,
I
I'm just kidding. How
grew
did
up
you-
in music because my dad was a drummer in the 70s, 60s, and 70s. So I just grew up around it, and I knew I wanted to do this someday. And I should have done it much earlier.
We're gonna get right back to that right after this. I'm Jim Stark,
Terry Babicz.
and with us is Stereo Rex, and you're watching Desert,
Desert
Detonation.
Detonation.
So my goal was to someday, I would be sorry if I never was in a band before I passed away many years, hopefully many years from now. But so I got to do it, and I was like, shit, I love this. And
It was just a bucket list check.
Yeah.
And now it's like
I've always wanted to do it, and I just fell into the right situation.
And you said your dad was a drummer and stuff. So you grew up around that. What kind of music was he playing?
Classic rock.
Cool. It's kind of same
Yeah,
stuff
cool.
you guys
Yeah.
are doing.
Who, Cream.
That kind of feel. Yeah, that's really cool, man.
Yeah.
And how did you get into the band?
Through the bass player, the original bass player, and my wife worked with his wife, and
All right.
she had
Dog
mentioned
walked
that,
with
oh
this
yeah, my
person.
husband's a bass player, and just join this band. They're looking for a guitar player. So I looked into it and reached out to Paul, I think, and tried out, and the rest was history.
Very
Cool.
man. Speaking of Paul, tell us. You know a whole
Wait,
bunch of
but
stuff.
real quick, the cool part about his dad, if you watch the Grand Slam video, the janitor character is actually his father, former
Nice.
drummer.
Very cool.
He helped
Nice.
contribute to our awesome video that we did.
How did you get started in the drums?
Oh my gosh. So fun fact, story. When I was 6 years old, I was the little drummer boy in the little school thing.
Yeah,
But of course I had no idea that was foreshadowing being a drummer.
that's cool.
But there's footage of me and I'm just standing here with a tambourine going like this. Because I was scared out of my mind.
Sure.
And then, the marching band thing in high school, and I didn't go out and party and do all the crazy stuff. I stayed in my room and jammed my drums
There you
like
go.
all the time.
Cool.
And
Nice.
yeah, that was that.
Who got your first kit? Mom and dad?
Of course.
How old were you?
14.
Okay.
CB 700, piece of crap. But I mean, that for then, the time,
that was awesome.
early
for
80s.
you. Yeah, she
Yeah.
was your first kit, and that was
first
Yeah,
kid
right.
was awesome. I wish I still had it, actually. That'd be awesome.
It's really cool, man.
Nice.
You
What?
guys-
So, what do you guys like? How do you guys draw your inspiration? Like, what is it coming from? The stuff you grew up, or do you find
We
different
play whatever
creativity
Rex
now?
tells us what to play.
Whatever.
I am Rex, hear me roar.
Of course, our inspiration is always the music we've listened to. It always has that little hint. But as far as the music, we've gone through so many riffs. We go back and forth with different riffs, but the biggest thing is we got to get a feel. There's got to be something that's just there from the heart. And that's what most of my writing is. It's about somebody's life. If it's not about me, it's about somebody else and what I
Okay.
think they feel.
Your interpretation of
Yeah,
it.
it's less words and more. I try to be less words and more feeling.
You
I
try to
try to
write
go
into
back-
emotion.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's
Very
the whole
cool.
thing is we write in that area. And what I like about it is we have so many different influences, so many different genres, that what I write sounds completely different than what Crunch writes, and
Okay.
what these guys put together. It's just we piece everything together so you can hear. If you listen to our music, it goes anything from hard rock to 80s to almost a 1960s, almost a swing sound to it, to southern rock,
Okay.
but it just melds itself together. So it's
And you guys
always
have a lot of different influences between you.
yeah,
So you have some similar, but you guys really come from different backgrounds, as like music-wise.
right.
Do similar things, but a lot of differences. Especially Paul, you've been influenced by.
I'm
quite
all
a-
over the place.
Yeah.
What Rex is failing to mention is that, it's a little bit of a cliche, right? When you hear artists talk about, they tell their storytellers, they write what they know, whatever. But if our album Crunch Crash Boom, or even the 3-song EP that we did, this guy wears his heart on his sleeve. The song "Who Are You?" that's about his dad. Before PTSD was a thing. They're really moving lyrics. He writes a lot of songs. He's got 2 daughters. A lot of emotional songs that were written there.
Right,
and,
about what
even
you
our
know.
guitar
He
player
really
here.
knows a lot of deep stuff that's in his
Yeah.
life.
So, and he writes great melodies, which, I think that's really what makes us kind of stand out a little bit.
Yeah, it is. And you guys do a lot of fun shows. Once in a while, you guys even invite the kids up to do a little something with you. Every once in a while.
That's cool.
Every once
It's
in a
just
while,
kind of
yeah.
But that's kind of neat too. What and I know sometimes you even have kind of an open door policy and invite everybody else up there to everybody up there to sing once in a while with you guys or grab an instrument to play, which is kind of neat too. And the fans and stuff that do that. So.
So it's like it's kind of like we're two bands in one, right? When we do like the epic night, we play for like 3 hours. We do tons of covers.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a free for all. We just want to have fun. We invite if there's other musicians in the crowd, you're playing with us.
Yeah, I think it's fun how you do it because you guys have your serious set. You know that you guys go out there and you have your Stereo Rexes performing doing a thing, but then you have that little once in a while thing when you invite the kids and the families and you do it somewhere fun like at the fountain or you do it some open air thing that everybody's able to come to, all ages. That's really cool because you get everybody involved once in a while. You're
sometimes
not just teasing and only the adults can see you at the clubs.
And sometimes though it can be a little bit of a train wreck. There's been 2 or 3 occasions where some ladies had a little too much to drink and they couldn't really sing all that great, and it was kind of hard to like, okay, next. But so there's potential for disaster, but mostly it's a good time.
Even the disasters are fun. That's the whole thing about it.
That's the story. Otherwise, we wouldn't have that story to tell about right there. So that's good. So once in a while, but every day, you want to kick him right in the face to get him off stage.
Nah,
how you guys doing?
Never that bad. Never that bad.
Not as good as that gin and tonic. So what's coming up? What's going to be new for you guys? You're working on some new material and new album in the works. Kind of little bird.
Yeah, we've been talking about that. We've got we have the EP, we have the album, and on top of that, we've written two full songs, and we've got 4 kind of in the works. We actually went to practice last week, and we're going on the 3rd one that's 3/4 of the way done.
Oh, wow.
So we're working on that. We're kind of going back and forth on what we're going to do. Are we going to do like all the other bands are doing now and just release single at a time, or are we just going to hold on to them and put out a full album? So we're just kind of in the pre-production works right now on this.
Yeah.
It's going to be cool. We're going to show a couple of videos for you guys during the show here. What, Paul, you do most of that work, right? Doing that. So what's that like to get to boss these guys around during that?
That's the only time they listen to me. Are you kidding me? Because in the band room. So, I mean, that's, along with playing the drums, the bigger passion is doing the video production stuff.
How'd you get involved with that?
I was, again, as a teenager, I would sit there and I used to pretend I was on the DJ and I would 2 VCRs, like doing,
doing edits.
Cheesy.
Cool.
Yeah.
So,
So what do you use now? What do you use now for your...
So I have a pretty bomb system,
Yeah.
the iMac Pro.
Nice. Final Cut? Is that
Oh,
what
yeah.
you're running? Yeah.
Final Cut. I used to be on Avid, but made the switch.
Okay.
Dabble a little in Premiere, not too much though.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, some of the videos are better than others.
They're
any
cool, though. There's some really
any
neat
video
stuff in
people
there.
watching, they'll be able to tell which ones are better than the others.
You have quite a few. Where can we see all of them?
They're YouTube on our videos page of our website, as well as Vimeo.com.
Okay.
They're all on there.
You guys have been hanging out with us. This is Stereo Rex. I'm Jim Stark. This is Terry Babicz, and you've been watching Desert Detonation.
Call it what you will.
right, you guys, check this out. We got a video coming up from Stereo Rex. This is Grand Slam. Tell me just a little bit about it. We already did. We already talked about this.
Yes, we did.
Okay, let's recut that. I'm sorry. All right, you guys, we have a cool video coming up from Stereo Rex. What is it, guys?
Grand Slam.
Check it out. All right, you guys, this has been Jim Stark
And Terry Babicz.
and Stereo Rex, and you've been watching
Desert Detonation.
You guys, take us out of here.
Brian Crunch Linder.
Paul Crash Birch.
Brian Boom Hoke.
And I am, and we are
Stereo
Stereo Rex.
Hi guys, it's me, Jim Stark, and I'd like to invite you to Band Oasis Rehearsal Studios, 1322 West University Drive, Mesa, Arizona. Right on the corner of Alma School and University, right next to Club Red. Practice with the pros. Come on down today, tell them Jim Stark sent you, and get a great special deal. You guys, this place is awesome. Gang, we've got 5 hourly rate studios plus a bunch of monthly rate studios. All kinds of prices to fit any size band. And check this out, totally affordable rates. And believe me, from one starving artist to another, you know how important that is. Just call 480-966-8742 or just remember 480-96-MUSIC.